The movie begins by the introduction of Naina, our protagonist who dreams of becoming a teacher despite living with a medical condition that causes her to have uncontrollable tics and sounds. Her journey starts when she applies for a teaching position at a school. The principal initially seems impressed by her educational qualifications and considers hiring her. However, upon witnessing Naina's symptoms, he becomes hesitant and retracts the offer, suggesting they will call her later. Feeling discouraged but not defeated, Naina is advised by a teacher that her condition might make it difficult to find a teaching job and that she should consider other career options. Naina's determination is rooted in her past experiences. As a child, she faced significant bullying at school due to her condition. During one incident, her school principal suggested that she should attend a special needs school. This suggestion was even supported by her father, who appeared to be unsympathetic towards her struggles. In an attempt to suppress her tics, young Naina would stuff handkerchiefs into her mouth. Her family life is also challenging. Her father, who fails to understand her aspirations, finds her a job in a bank, but she refuses, reiterating her desire to work in a school. Unexpectedly, Naina receives a call from the principal of her old school, offering her a teaching position due to the sudden departure of another teacher. Excited, Naina eagerly accepts the opportunity to fulfill her dream. During her interview, she opens up about her syndrome. While some teachers, particularly one named Wadia, are skeptical, the principal sees potential in her and hires her. Naina's motivation to teach stems from a pivotal moment in her school days. After being humiliated during a theater performance due to her tics, the school principal had called her on stage, not to embarrass her, but to educate the students and teachers about her condition, promising to treat her like any other student. Inspired by this act of kindness, Naina wants to be a teacher to instill good values in her students. Naina is given the challenging task of teaching class 9F, comprised of students from underprivileged backgrounds who were transferred to the school after their own school closed. This class is distinctly different from the rest, filled with children from wealthy families. Naina faces the challenge of teaching and inspiring these students, armed with her unwavering determination and her belief in the transformative power of education. Naina is thrilled about the opportunity and believes she can make a positive impact. She visits the school theater, reflecting on her past, and encounters a group of students who smoke and play cards. Naina quickly realizes these are her new students. Their initial appearance doesn't deter her enthusiasm. Instead, she smiles, eager to begin her new role. Naina's first day in class doesn't go as planned. The students enter after her, paying little attention. When she introduces herself, they laugh at her tics. Naina explains her condition, and the students momentarily show empathy, but they resume their mockery when she accidentally falls off a chair. Naina, however, tries to use humor to diffuse the situation. Tensions arise when Akshay, a student from another class, gets into a fight with Atish from class 9F after Atish and his friends damage Akshay's ball. Wadia, another teacher, intervenes and takes Atish to the principal for punishment. Naina struggles to engage the students, who continue to play pranks and ignore her. They even hang her pictures in the street with her phone number, leading to nagging calls. One day, the students orchestrate a prank that results in an explosion in the classroom, breaking a window. When the principal learns about this, he calls in the students for punishment. However, Naina intervenes, falsely claiming responsibility for the explosion as part of a scientific experiment. The principal, knowing she's lying, spares the students because of her defense. The principal expresses his skepticism about the students' potential for improvement. Naina requests one last chance to prove their worth, which the principal grants, giving her 4 months until the semester's end. Accepting this as a challenge, Naina returns to class. The students, respecting her for defending them, listen attentively. Naina inspires them to aim for a better future and warns that if they don't show up the next day, she will resign. The following day, Naina arrives to find the classroom empty, leading her to think her efforts were fruitless. Meanwhile, Wadia's class is full and productive. Just as she starts to lose hope, all her students arrive, reigniting her determination to continue her mission with them. From that day, Naina employs various unconventional methods to engage the students, including taking them outside for lessons. When the parents' meeting day arrives, Naina waits to discuss her students' progress, but she's disheartened when no parents show up, reflecting the lack of support these students have at home. Despite this setback, Naina remains committed to helping her students succeed and break through the barriers they face. Soon, Naina's innovative teaching methods in the schoolyard draw the mockery of Wadia, who sarcastically suggests she might as well teach the students in their homes. Naina, however, is is not discouraged by his words. Instead, she sees this as an opportunity and decides to visit her students' homes to engage with their families. Upon visiting the homes of her students, Nina is shocked by the impoverished conditions they live in. She witnesses firsthand the lack of basic necessities like drinking water, with some students having to queue on the streets to collect water. As she visits each student's home, Naina's empathy for them deepens, understanding the challenges they face outside of school. The next day, back at school, Nina gathers her students for a discussion about their future. The students express their belief that the school isn't beneficial to them, feeling they aren't smart enough in any subject. Nina challenges this belief, encouraging them to recognize their individual talents and assuring them that caring and effort are what truly matter. To reinforce this message, she asks them to write down their fears and dislikes on paper. Nina participates as well, sharing her own fears. They then fold these papers into the shape of rockets. On the school roof, they launch these paper rockets, symbolizing the release of their fears. Nina encourages them to face their challenges without fear and not let anything hinder their progress. Nina continues to develop creative teaching methods, igniting a love for learning among the students. However, her success starts to bother Wadia, who becomes jealous of the positive changes in the students. Meanwhile, Artish, a student from Nina's class, encounters a girl from Wadia's class and is attracted to her, and she invites him to visit their laboratory to see a project they're working on for a national competition. During the visit, Akshay, one of the girl's classmates, belittles Atish and his friends. However, a girl from 9F acutely points out a flaw in their project and suggests a solution. Akshay is taken aback when he realizes she is correct, and the 9F students end up assisting with the project. This collaboration is interrupted by Wadia, who derides the 9F students, particularly targeting Artish for his background as a car mechanic. The 9F students leave, feeling inferior to their wealthier peers. The next day in the library, a confrontation between Artish and Akshay escalates into a fight. Naina intervenes, but Artish, feeling marginalized and misunderstood, accuses her of favoring the richer students. His words deeply hurt Naina, triggering her syndrome tics. As Artish mocks her condition, Naina, in a moment of anger, almost slaps him, but restrains herself at the last moment and leaves the scene, feeling deeply saddened and frustrated. Wadia, unconvinced of the potential in Naina's class, confronts her about her students, suggesting they are beyond hope. Naina, however, remains undeterred, asserting her commitment to her students and making it clear that she will not tolerate any interference. The following day, Wadia arranges a meeting with the teachers and the principal to showcase the project his class, led by Akshay, is preparing for a competition. The presentation impresses everyone until a sudden malfunction causes the project to explode. Initially baffled, Wadia discovers evidence suggesting Artish from Naina's class sabotaged the project, presumably as revenge against Akshay's bullying. Confronting Class 9F, Wadia accuses Artish of the sabotage. Despite acknowledging Akshay's bullying behavior, Wadia plans to recommend Artish's expulsion. In a show of solidarity, the rest of the class stands with Artish, declaring their collective involvement in the incident. The principal, faced with this defiance, gathers the students and tells Naina that expulsion is the only option, expressing frustration over the months of work lost due to the sabotage. Naina pleads with the principal, arguing that expulsion would have a devastating impact on the students' futures. She proposes a compromise: allow the students to take their exams, and after graduation, they will leave the school for good. The principal agrees, but says that the students must study at home and are not allowed back on school premises. Naina reluctantly accepts, grateful for this second chance. When Naina informs the students of the principal's decision, they express frustration with Artish for jeopardizing their situation. Feeling overwhelmed and saddened by the turn of events, Naina retreats to be alone, breaking down in tears. Meanwhile, the students gather, and Artish apologizes for his actions. They forgive him, resolving to make amends for their mistake. The following day, the students find Naina in a restaurant and apologize, pleading for her to continue teaching them. Artish shares his fears, which he had written on the paper rocket, and tells Naina that she is the only one who can help him. Moved by his words, Naina embraces the students, promising to help them pass their exams. Naina meets with her students outside of school to prepare them for the exams, encouraging them to do their best. However, on the eve of the exam, Artish, while studying with a friend at his workshop, is approached by the school's gatekeeper, who offers him the exam paper in exchange for fixing his wheel. Artish takes the paper to his friends, suggesting they no longer need to study. To his surprise, they react with anger, refusing to compromise their integrity study and Naina's efforts. They decline to even look at the exam paper and leave Atish, reaffirming their commitment to honesty and hard work. On the day of the exam, the students arrive at school, ready to take their tests. Atish is taken aback to find that the exam questions are different from the paper he received from the gatekeeper. Undeterred, all the students concentrate on their exams, utilizing everything they've learned. Once the exam concludes, they eagerly go to meet Naina to assure her that they did their best. After some anxious waiting, the exam results are announced. Atish and his friends discover that they have all passed, with one of them even achieving honor top student status. Naina is called to the principal's office, where she and Wadia learn that her students are accused of cheating in the exam, allegedly having been given the answers by the gatekeeper. Naina, however, has unwavering faith in her students' integrity and effort. When she confronts them about the accusation, they admit to receiving the question paper but assert that they didn't use it. Naina believes them, knowing they passed the exams through their hard work. The following day, Wadia enters class 9F to find it empty. Akshay approaches him and confesses that he was behind the fake question paper plot to make the students fail. Wadia is speechless and walks away, processing this revelation. In a school-wide meeting, the principal announces that the Class 9F students passed due to cheating. However, Wadia steps forward and admits that he orchestrated the fake questions scheme, taking full responsibility for his actions. He honors Naina and her students with the Medal of Excellence, acknowledging her as an exceptional teacher. Subsequently, Wadia prepares to resign, but Naina intervenes. She reveals her awareness of his innocence in the matter and requests him to stay and supervise a new project that her students are working on. Wadia accepts her proposal. On the day of the competition, the school triumphs, winning first place. This victory brings a newfound unity and love among the students and teachers. 25 years later, the movie shows Naina retiring as the principal of the school. Her impactful journey as a teacher and principal is celebrated by teachers and students alike, marking the end of a successful career and the conclusion of the story. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our video. Watch the next recaps on the screen and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.